Now, everyone always references the Brando performance.
You're an errand boy.
It's very hard for Ray Liotta to not be nominated for Goodfellas. Marilyn.
The dark side of the moon.
Movie 5 times.
Breaking Out. That one, he's great in. Amazing. Amazing in that movie.
Yeah.
What's that one called?
There you go. Bill Smith.
You agree with our list? Which overlooked actor did we overlook?
Arguably the most surprising. Yeah, because I was like, this dude he never even got the. We should have nominated.
Here are some nominations for Martin Sheen.
Oh, that is a shock. Hey, you know what, guys? Put it down in the comments below for us. You can subscribe to the
Put their name on it.
Damn. His chances.
John Goodman.
He needs somebody who's a somebody.
Have ranked the most
And ends with some guy on the news saying,
nominated you by now, here's a nomination. John Goodman is that he's really good at showing up and playing.
Down the road, and like that's pretty obvious. Like, we live in a society where they keep sexualizing men like myself. 5 minutes of screen time that he was nominated for in that movie. Yeah.
I wonder.
That's probably
when talking about his nomination.
Like that's his Oscar-winning speech. Martin Sheen. Been going to
Probably best
GoldenEye,
known
just
for
one
playing
shot.
the villain.
Also...
The real bad guys in the otherwise much celebrated.
I remember it wasn't Concussion. An Oscar for 3 Billboards, or was it like a Golden Globe or something?
But the image that was laid out for her was sex appeal. You know, like me.
I kind of get. Boil it down to just 1 year at a time.
M. Bison. Just gotta keep throwing that out. Eject Nation. Those Oscar-worthy performances that just really come.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's the Achilles heel.
Number 7.
There's a whole lot of other boys out there.
I surrender to your will!
In
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
They drew the line
insane.
there. They're like, oh, Ray, you
They just haven't recognized them. I'm in the category of they should have been.
single Oscar nomination was ever his.
That's pretty surprising. Game over! You can look at someone's career and go, I can't believe they weren't nominated, but rare can I actually not be nominated for it.
I warn you, if you attempt to prevent me.
A Best Actor Golden Globe.
Wow, it looks...
It feels good, doesn't it?
He just doesn't recognize him for the work he does.
Yeah.
But then I think of someone like Joe.
What have you done to its eyes?
He has his father's eyes.
And the 1994 TV movie, The Burning Season.
Brilliant.
They don't nominate.
Performance.
Yeah.
But it's genre.
Jackie?
An all-round Hollywood icon as well.
Please.
Number 1, Donald.
Once in a while. So I'm like...
Are we square?
Another regular collaborator with the Coen brothers.
He should have been nominated for 10 Cloverfield Lane.
We have no other choice.
Is Martin Sheen.
What?
Oh, damn.
Desi, Francis Ford Coppola, and Richard Attenborough.
Came to search your office.
Actually.
Winning one of these things is hard.
Drink that.
I make a disclosure. Here's the one whose career I'm most familiar with. More than Donald Sutherland. One of the best
The
comedies of all
second
time.
half of the Dumb and Dumber double act.
It's
Like
not
Jeff
surprising
Daniels,
at all.
Jim
The
Carrey.
video request from the man who always requests the same channel to always check out his YouTube channel. It's called Andrew Hayden.
Blog is hard to beat, and he's worked with the very best in the business, but still no. Come inside. DUE Academy.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Sutherland.
Footwork.
Right in it. I don't think it's great in Moneyball, you know?
Yeah. They were just like, we.
Jeff Daniels.
Whoop, sorry.
I wonder if they
Never nominated?
after like
He has over
150.
what does he need to do?
Okay, I was supposed to. That's it. Maybe if you're.
So I feel like that's why he probably wasn't even should have been nominated. It's not
A comedy
surprising
legend.
that he
The
has
star of Ace
a
Ventura.
story of actors they were up against. If I was a Euro. Okay.
Sutherland made a
All right.
name for
I
himself.
think 10 Cloverfield Lane had an early release date and recognized at the same time with knowing how weird the Academy Awards are. It's one thing to go for something like Truman Show, or I could even see the genre of Eternal Sunshine. Like that's a dramatic performance.
Credits to his name.
Waiting for you.
What?
You're gonna have a lot of fun.
Badlands,
There
Apocalypse.
you go.
Before we unveil our number one pick as lovable scarester Gomez Adams in the Addams Family,
I'd click that notification.
Works against him with people like the Academy.
Single scene of that lengthy film, that is a classic.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'd like to say hello to my father if I could.
Yeah, fine.
panel members
Which one was
just
that?
too petrified to pick him. Fritz.
That's very
And
true,
yet,
except
she
for
remains
K-Fed.
mysteriously underappreciated.
What have you done to it?
Number 6, Raul
Goodman was the one that shocked me the most. What's the name of that movie?
Raul Julia was never able to
Baby last year for the first time, and I was just under the impression she got.
This list is comprised of actors who are
the guilty
nominations missed
pleasure.
out of that
Oh,
movie.
damn.
alright?
One of those days that starts off with a hearty breakfast.
Denzel never won. He was
Never.
nominated
Though Steve Buscemi often isn't cast in a lead role, it's quite
for Oscar for it. Rightfully so. I do think Leota should have gotten lead actor nom.
cinematic breakthrough.
You've been a loyal patronage act since the beginning of our Patreon page, and yeah, a lot of personality and enthusiasm. I really love this guy a hell of a lot. Every time we talk to him.
Shortlisted for
I can kind of see then how, okay, you only have 5 slots. Yeah, things happen. Yeah, that's information I had prepared in case you should bring his name up.
Jean-Claude Van Damme played an American general.
Apocalypse Now, The Departed,
One of you mugs got a light? Where's your boy?
Enough. Shortlisted for more Globes and twice by BAFTA.
I've been kissing
28.
Masses,
Jesus Christ, move it!
Christopher Lee
How many
was...
films do you have to do?
ask you a few questions.
Well, Julia was nominated
And
for
today,
M.
we're
Bison.
counting
Certainly shoot you.
for more top 10s that you will appreciate.
Potion.
Like classic. I just assumed she was nominated, and to find out she wasn't for that film specifically, kind of amazing work where he definitely.
Everybody got a nomination for that movie.
Same question for you.
Some like it hot,
See, I bet there's gonna be some honorable mentions.
but she never
That should
stood a
have been.
chance of scoring the industry's greatest accessory.
What the Nazis did to people?
And Bison.
Jews, Marxists, Catholics.
Mia Farrow,
Rich girls don't marry poor boys, dear.
always at the top of his game. He not only deserves a
No, not at all. What are you talking? What's Google?
Oh, it's like Napster.
Really?
Anyway, there was some.
yet he's never even had
You know, Jeff Goldblum has never been nominated for an Oscar. Like there's.
Christopher Lee story are surely the gap on her resume that really shouldn't be there.
You matter to me completely.
Talked about at all. When I walk away from that movie, I'm like, John Goodman's brilliant in this film. He's
Through that, yeah.
I gotta get it, but he should have. It was kind of the.
Number 5.
What he does with the Coen brothers, so I guess...
I could have sworn he won. We'll look
you
it up.
lost the key-
Big weirdo. Then he does like an occasional great drop. Why? Because he's 3'6" and he's stocky and
jacked.
buff. He's not what I know him
Addams
as.
Family values.
I'm so dry, I'm spitting cotton.
Nominated, like knowing how much of a classic that film is.
It's a thick movie.
Gold. Come a Petronic. Are of the good movie.
Which one of them?
Known to 21st century audiences because of roles in Cold.
It's too damn bad you.
He
Haven't you
is
heard?
sweating.
Rich girls don't.
He's also often been linked to the Coen brothers movies and has starred in Number 4, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
That's his movie. It's his movie
Yeah.
from the Addams Family.
And then overdrawn at the memory bank. A lot of nuance to them. That's like a lot of what...
Hey, Reject Nation, it's Greg Elba.
I'm John.
We are going to watch a patron video. Monroe. That's another one where it's kind of conflicting for me because I'm like, she's done some stuff.
Always.
It's not fair.
Baywatch. Jeez.
Kristen never been nominated for an Oscar. Let's see.
Voice acting roles for Disney and Pixar. What more roles in The Great Gatsby? Farrell is
Thing
undisputed.
was nominated for good.
Probably best known. He
guy
really
hasn't been
should have won
nominated.
himself a nomination by now.
I mean, he's done some amazing. Go Life. Is a music video.
But none could land him of critical
The one where he's a gay guy who keeps really white.
While we concede that Dumb and Dumber isn't exactly prime
really
Oscar
why.
material for all
Look over the sun.
Mr. Collins has been gulled. We'll sleep soundly if not.
He wrote the rules of cinema, but
Comes in characters. That's his job.
He's great all the time. This isn't surprising.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You deserve a starburst as well. One where I find that surprising.
Yeah.
Like I watched Rosemary's.
incredible that he's
February movies.
They don't nominate February movies.
Except for Get Out.
Has Tom Hardy been nominated?
Sam
To me.
Rockwell did win.
He did win. Jake Gyllenhaal has been nominated, but
Myself.
Kelly's Heroes and The Eagle Has Landed.
My fight.
some good names on this list. I feel like John.
That's not true, Gregory. He's actually been nominated for Best Short Film.
What?
I wonder if you
It's
got
not
any drink.
surprising either, guys.
Yeah. I met him once. You mean Gandhi? Yeah.
We got full-length TV show reactions, weekly Q&A. Oh. Berlin, who they seem to really be gung-ho about. He was.
Number 2, Christopher Lee.
I could have mind and like the crazy characters he's played over the years that provide a lot of dramatic weight.
Yeah.
Timing it hit.
I am surprised by that.
It's time to appreciate
I know.
the most
Coverage would love to have you on his path. He's on.
particular carries roles in The Truman Show and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
The number
Earning
for Lee.
to
A
literally
lot went into
everybody,
that punch.
except the Oscar shortlist selection panel. He deserves
More than me just buying you a cup of tea at our local Starbucks. The same way.
What else can we do?
Why the Academy is another one
Julia.
Don't you know?
Daniel's general lack of nomination.
You wouldn't try to look so innocent.
on his path.
Yeah.
Time to go home.
Wait a minute, how old is this video?
Critically acclaimed, by most movie commentators at least, the series Roseanne. Goodman's big screen highlights include
He hasn't?
I was shocked. By that, actually.
widely respected
Backing it up with footage from movies that they wouldn't. Yeah, for some bullshit justification, I think. It's like when I think of Jonah Hill, I feel like him, and he's gonna be out here.
every possible nomination apart from an Academy Award.
What are you hip?
Down our picks for the
What are we
top 10
talking about?
actors who have never been nominated, and he's since collected alternative nominations throughout his career.
Who am I? You've seen the.
Been good enough for the Academy.
Well, you know, it just feels like
It's homosexuals!
A stage vet turned Hollywood star who
That's why no one takes me
Yeah, that's why you
seriously.
haven't been nominated for an Oscar.
I feel
as one of the finest, most well-rounded
That is
actors
shocking.
of his generation. John Goodman's never quite
You can make a good argument for that.
They will arrest the cabinet.
Christopher friggin' Lee.
this guy really knows his stuff. He's got.
Joke here?
for Ghost World
He was
in
also
particular.
a Monsters, Inc.
Buscemi seemed to pick up everything.
Yeah, John Goodman's well worth,
He
like.
played Mr.
how
Fink
did
in
that-
Reservoir Dogs.
It's true. Like he was mainly known for Roseanne, playing Roseanne on the show.
Put in like so. The thing about the Oscars is when you
Have some more kids, why don't you?
Just how good a performance is. Like when we kind of just expect it out of them, you know.
Convinced the Academy.
Let's show a clip.
Globe, but the Academy didn't like it.
prolific one, yeah.
Or Mia Farrow.
Published
Was
every day.
Will Smith
Be
ever
sure to
nominated?
subscribe to
I think it was Ali he got
WatchMojo.com.
nominated for.
Yeah,
Was
was
he? You know, it's not too far from what Jim Carrey can work in. Like, I don't know.
Can't lie. It's a travesty.
sorry. I heard someone say roar, so
It's
I've
straight up
never seen
impossible
that
when you're
movie.
never even in control.
Should have been nominated for Goodfellas.
Never made a supporting actor.
I'm more
shortlist.
like. I
Shura and Bruce Almighty has way more strings to his bow than just being funny. Honorable mentions:
Oh,
that's
damn.
correct.
Something peaceful.
Mountain and the Hunger Games franchise.
Sure, Cold Mountain, that's where we all the millennials actually go. They should have been nominated for this movie. I don't care what category. Notification bell, because subscribe buttons are broken. And check us out on Patreon.
Enter, explore, Chicago Baxter.
Most notably,
Kind of perplexing, yeah, that the Academy seems to love one actor we
Wow, look at that outfit.
Continue to watch yourself roll.
but
Out. It's a good chance.
nominated for an Oscar.
Surprising.
that was maybe the roles are either too small or too specific or something.
Yeah, and also genre too. Like I think
Maybe there were just 5 other actors who really captivated people.
the channel I personally enjoy watching. Constantly get mixed.
As Dracula on stage and as Victor Frankenstein on screen. Perhaps the
This guy's gonna be the next Wolverine. He's jacked. He's on his way to being the sexy.
But it is kind of high.
Well, I can't see them and neither can Leo.
So hot.
And they should show that clip.
Top 10 actors who have.
She was the epitome of the Hollywood lifestyle and an all-out fashion.
And it's also a specific type of genre.
So you can just download
It's
anything you
nothing
want.
like Napster.
Oh, damn.
And Michael.
Disputed acting royalty. But there's a looked at any actor or actress, regardless of era or genre. And
Roseanne, I think of.
Donald Sutherland is a cinematic legend,
Yeah.
according to
Madly
Yeah, I
prepared
love
to
Cole
end
Mills,
it
Jack
all
White's
in love. You think you can manage that?
I like his
actor
song.
Got to know through comedy much more than a different
Yeah.
more at the time, and
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
know in the.
Low budget.
as
Gary.
well.
Yeah, right.
It's like that's what it was for Gary Oldman for so long. They're like, oh yeah, he transferred, or that Lifetime Achievement Award. Maybe he got one. I don't know.
For
but,
some,
yeah.
yeah, that's.
And Death on the Nile could and probably should also have gotten her a chance at the gold.
Unless you were guilty. You're gonna have to take my word for it.
It was a drama, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas the Truman Show was, it's kind of a dramedy.
It's one of the ones I was less surprised about.
Yeah, if you're like a Marilyn Monroe. But yeah, guys, who do you think should have been nominated by now?
Can't nominate Goodfellas too many times.
Every
Talented, never to for 1985's Purple Rose of Cairo and 1986's Something Wild. He came in the Oscar-winning.
who had a French accent. Mixed feedback from the Reject Nation on what they think of Watch Mojo. I feel like Michael B. Jordan will get a nomination.
Seymour in Ghost World and Carl Showalter in Fargo.
Fan, you know how great she is.
Acknowledgement from the Academy. The
I look
shunning
at
of
Mark
Sheen
Wahlberg
remains
on
one
my
of modern
phone.
cinema's big mysteries.
That's the number one who should have been nominated. But John Goodman's a surprising one to me. But then when I think about that's
Yeah, that's another one. They're like half.
Marry poor boys.
Mia
nomination,
Yeah.
you know. And Ray Liotta wasn't nominated for an Oscar ever, and I think he
Boy, since I was knee-high
Well,
to
that's the point.
for this list. We've
250.
collected across a career spanning 7 decades. The guy is a unique talent. And
Maybe it's just because great, but Christopher Lee has had so many roles and so much time to be nominated. Like, I'm surprised.
.com. But an interesting list coming at us.
Just cut the chain of.
I love that movie.
They got to the point where they.
I'm like, they should have been on the list. Hell. This comes from Andrew Hayes and for Pursuit of Happiness too.
There you go.
It will be deafening. Maybe then the world will listen.
I'm talking to myself.
It's hard to be around someone who gives so much and needs so little in return.
My coat shocks me a lot. Raul Julia,
a chance to get his hand couldn't crack its supreme accolade.
public image and all that can affect her. He has such an image of being this slapstick funny man from as General
M. Bison.
B. Jordan has never been nominated either, but he's on his way.
Playing very specific character
Yeah.
type roles, bringing
The gay guy breaks out.
gay guy breaks out. The ghoul goes west.
Surely it's about time he got recognized.
You know we're sitting on 4 million pounds of fuel.
Like how they keep Roseanne, he was great, and of its like fantasy kind of quirky sense of its world, I can see as well. Everyone was like, "Is it a drama? What?" And then that deserves more.
But it's you. You're the one that
Jeff Daniels wasn't.
Number 10.
Jonah Hill, who gets nominated for Moneyball. And I'm like,
Yeah.
he's all
Who've been given an Academy Award
Seth
nomination.
Rogen.
You know, you said I had a magical glow.
And he should have been nominated.
Yeah, man.
I am going to kick M. Bison's ass.
Last in Vietnam, you needed wings to stay above it.
He was
His
the
back
president.
Monroe, recipient of the BAFTA Fellowship Lifetime Achievement Award.
You mean we didn't jump cut from a Google search?
Missed it by that much.
So he's had some great dramatic work. When I think of John Goodman, I don't think of
Underappreciated
he clearly
actor
worked
out
for those
there.
fights. You know?
I feel like Jim Carrey's image just. Yeah, man. That movie.
It was,
There were a lot prolific enough that I just assumed that they had all had nominations.
Especially for Apocalypse. What about Dumb and Dumber 2?
To win one.
Will you play me something?
Self in
realize
the
that.
early 70s with films such as MASH,
Everybody loved that clown moment.
But the stuff.
Why isn't God? Is it your command?
That's really shocking.
roles in Oscar-hyped heavyweights, The Artist, Argo, and
Kong's-
Flight Golden Statuette.
Rosemary's Baby definitely should have.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Hands on an Oscar. Like a much-loved character of his, we just can't
Now look, Jackie.
Kill you first.
Jackie.
tell its undoubted greatness. What's really
Yeah.
That's shocking.
He was a Knight of the
Elijah
British
Wood been
Empire
nominated?
and a
You're just always great. Maybe you need to do something like completely astonishing.
Biggest man alive. Andrew, you should great work. Surprising she didn't get an Oscar nod. Same time, it's not after the genres of film that they tend to work in, like Jim Carrey.
And again, I don't know what other films were up against his dramas those years.
But
and the Golden Globes for Rosemary's Baby. Well,
and he's amazing in Goodfellas. He's like amazing.
250 actors.
You to decide what's right for me.
In terms of endearment,
Which he
although
was not
he himself
nominated
didn't
for.
receive a nod.
A regular base.
He's on
Marilyn Monroe starred in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, but the Academy
in September, so you best believe you and I are hanging out, buddy, with Ray Liotta in Goodfellas. I think De Niro got recognized. Pesci won an Oscar. Did he just fucking win an Oscar?
Choose a job.
Yeah,
Choose a career. Choose a family.
This is an old video.
And she carries. She has to
knowing that
carry it.
she's
you know?
Rosemary, and she's in like every.
Jonah Hill has never been quite as broad and slapstick as Jim Carrey.
preferred other actors.
Baby, I'm
The last in 2015.
He was what?
Piled up so fast.
You haven't
She
seen
was
Rosemary's
recognized
Baby.
by both the
That's-
He's Christian.
Whoa! What?
Man.
Bot earned her a Golden
Big
He
television.
went, but people might not have taken
Yeah.
her as seriously.
Damn.
With the bloody British Empire, but I'll fight it on my own 2 feet.
While he's well
Almost made it. You were right there. You're
Yeah.
number 6 in the category.
I don't know how the Oscars ever really work.
but not a
I shall not submit. I shall conquer. I shall rise.
Welcome to Watch Stupid as Jeff Darrow's filmography reads like a roll call of
very
Academy
true.
favorites.
As a true actress,
She had to.
they should have. but-
She had to work to be taken seriously.
Also gained alternative non-Oscar
No.
nominations for 1985's Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
to finally get
Yeah.
people out of the mold of just like, oh yeah, of course he's great.
Because
Duh.
Jim Carrey's dramatic work. There's certain actors on this list where they just kind of make sense.
Number 9.
The public outcry.
moment, what's gonna be
Ridiculously easy.
The first Christopher Lee film was released in 1948.
He's studying what? What's his name?
Boy!
The list of great
Andrew, my buddy, my dude. Sleepy.
And you'll never grow even one day older. Don't drink.
an Oscar nomination.
I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
Gatsby.
Number 3, Marilyn Monroe.
He does some great movie reviews.
I just kind of went for it.
Number 8, Steve Buscemi. Films in which he's featured is phenomenal. Steven Spielberg has directed him. Martin Scorsese's attention.
Chances.
Isn't it delicious?
If they fight, we must fight with them.
You don't have to chop off my hand. You can.
Hasn't won. I mean, sometimes too we can forget.
An
Not
icon.
surprising.
he's bitter about that. He's like, you overshadowed me for the movie I'm in most all of.
Before turning the gun on himself.
Probably best known for playing Dan Connor on the TV.
Flop, 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 flop. Peep, peep.